Hi my friends, happy Saturday. So making a what I ate video today turned into a huge disaster just because I haven't really had much food today. Hold on just a second. Today has been a very busy day. However, I ran around and did some errands this morning with my daughter while my son was with my mom. So now I am getting ready to make a casserole for dinner, so I thought I would do a cook with me today instead. So today I am making a recipe from This Fox Kitchen. Basically, I went to Pinterest and I looked up simply filling cabbage roll recipes. My husband wanted cabbage rolls. I'm not all about that. They're a lot of work. You have to steam the leaves and fill them all up, and it's just a lot of work. So I found a casserole instead that's kind of just all mixed together and baked. So I'm going to flip you around. He's so little. I'm going to flip you around and show you what you need, and then we're going to get cooking. Okay, so here is an overview of all of what you will need. Now, I will link the original recipe below. I really didn't change much. In the original recipe, the author of the recipe used uncooked rice, and she said that it cooked for a long time. So the second time she made it, she used less liquid and used cooked rice and cut the cooking time down. So that is what I'm going to do, is use cooked brown rice. But let's start. I have 2 cloves of garlic. One of them is cut in half so that I can fit it in my little garlic press here. I have 2 carrots that I finely chopped. 1 small onion. This is about 3 cups of cooked brown rice. And this came from this, which is Simply Filling. I just steamed it in the microwave. So that's there. I have 2 boxes here because this one's almost empty of just veggie stock. 1 can, the original recipe called for a 20-ounce can, and then she modified it to say only use 1 of the smaller cans if you are using cooked rice. So I have 1 small can of tomato sauce. I have some fat-free sour cream. She said you could use plain Greek yogurt if you want, but I have this. It called for 3.5 pounds of chopped cabbage. There is about 2.5 pounds in here, and then I have this that needs to be used up, just this little bit of coleslaw mix, so I'm going to use that. I have a package here. It is 1.1 pounds of 96% lean ground beef, so this is Simply Filling. I have dried basil, dried thyme, garlic powder, salt and pepper, and a little bit of rosemary here. We have a big fresh rosemary bush. Sorry. The only other spice it called for was oregano. I don't like oregano, so we are not going to use that. I just omitted it. I have my frying pan here that I'm going to fry my meat up in. And then I have a casserole dish here that I sprayed with some coconut cooking spray. So I am going to get the meat all browned up, and there shouldn't be any liquid, but if there is, I'm going to drain the fat off it. And then I will show you where we're at next. Okay guys, so this is all cooked, and there's really not, there's a little, I sprayed the pan with the coconut oil, so there's really not much, enough to actually drain it. It's wet, but it's not runny. So basically it says in a large mixing bowl, combine the onions, carrots, tomato sauce, vegetable broth, cabbage, rice, salt, spices, and yogurt. If cooked meat, add it all together and mix it up. So I'm going to put it in this gigantic bowl and pray that it all fits in this casserole dish. Guys, I don't know what happened. I'm sorry. But I'm going to do, it said 3.5 cups of liquid unless you're using cooked rice. So I'm going to do 2 cups of liquid. This is a 1/2 cup measure. So 1, 1 cup. I might actually stop at 1.5 right now. Put everything else in. Okay, so here goes the rosemary. I am going to eyeball all of this. This is the basil. Whole time, I'm going to go kind of easy with that. It's a little bit strong. This is just sea salt, pepper, I'm going to use my garlic press and press the garlic. You don't actually have to take the skin off the garlic. You can do it with the skin right on. I, however, find that it's a little bit harder to clean when you leave the papers on the garlic. So it's completely up to you. It is the coolest Pampered Chef tool I have. Probably one of the cheapest Pampered Chef tools I have. For any of you who don't know, up until very, very recently, my mom was a Pampered Chef consultant, so I luckily got a lot of discounts. I'm gonna do the tomato sauce. Okay. I'm going to put you on pause. I need to go and read the recipe. Okay guys, I have made the executive decision to add a second can of the sauce. I feel like what I made is a lot of cabbage, but I even made less than what it asked for. So I don't really know, but it's really, really dry. So I also added one more splash, maybe another 1/2 cup of the veggie stock. Like I said, I know this cabbage will cook way, way down, but it's going to be touch and go here if this is all going to fit in this casserole dish. So maybe the original recipe. I mean, I don't think that, well, that 3 cups of rice, of course, takes up a lot more bulk than 1 cup of dried rice would to begin with. But I'm going to add, recipe said 2, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of this. It's simply filling, and I don't have to technically count it. It's a simply filling food, and because there's so much food here, I'm going to add 3. If I was counting points and a 1/3 tablespoon would add extra points, I probably wouldn't, but everything in this casserole is simply filling, so this casserole is 0 points for me, which is amazing considering what is actually in here. Okay, so this is what it looks like all mixed in the bowl. And even though the vegetables are raw, I'm going to taste a little taste of it. It's pretty good. I'm going to add just a little bit more salt. Okay, so I'm going to pour
Mama,
this. What, buddy?
When your lunch is done, kid, will you do a 10?
Just a minute, okay? I'm going to pour this into here. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got it all in there, but it's heaped up pretty far. My advice to all of you out there, cook it on a sheet tray. I'm just worried about the liquid level. I mean, you obviously need the liquid to cook the vegetables, but I'm afraid of it overflowing in my oven. So this gets covered for, this says 1 hour, stir, replace, cover, and bake for another 30 to 45 minutes. But then down here, reduce cooking time to 1 hour. Stir and replace the cover after 30 to 40 minutes. So I'm going to cook this covered for a half an hour. Take the cover off, stir it. And then replace the cover. And I will show it to you guys when it is all done. Okay, my friends, here is the finished product, all bubbly and delicious. I left it in the oven at 350 for about 40 minutes. Then I uncovered it and I actually cranked the heat on the oven up. It wasn't even bubbling or anything when I took the cover off, so I cranked up the heat to 400 for about 15 minutes. So it cooked for about 55 minutes, and it is delicious looking. I'm having it with the green beans. My kids had pizza, and I'm gonna have some salad. So that is going to be a complete meal. This is completely simply filling, so please make it and enjoy. Have a good night, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Bye, guys.